Welcome to our Plugs Community Connection. I am your host, DJ Kitty Cat, with my sister co-host, Miss Morningstar on WKRA 92.7 FM The Change. If you're looking for the best in news, current events, community outreach programs, and shopping connections, you've come to the right place. We've got a great mix of content and community connections lined up for you this evening, along with special guest interviews. So, grab your favorite drink of choice, turn up the volume, and let's get into it.
Good morning, WKRA 92.7 The Change. It is your morning host, DJ Kitty, and my co-host, Miss Morningstar from Our Plugs, the Community Connection. We are here this morning. It is Monday morning, coming fresh off of a holiday weekend. And what a weekend it was. But we'll get into that. I hope everyone had a great weekend. I hope everyone had the opportunity to relax and be with family. And you know how we do. Typically, it's a family reunion or some sort of cookout or get together. And that's what we do. We cook out, we get together, we enjoy the food and the fellowship with family and friends. Now, as much as we hate to say it now, but I guess that's where we're at. The 4th of July celebrations, I think me and mine, we were celebrating 15 days after Juneteenth because freedom where? Anywho, happy Monday. Come on in. I hope everyone's had the opportunity to drink your, at least this morning, 16 ounces of water. That's the goal. 16 ounces as soon as you get up, get your blood flowing and get everything going in the right direction. Go ahead and flush out your system with some H2O and be present in the moment. How about some good breakfast? I think this week I would like to focus on fruits. I'm going to implement fruits into my breakfast. A lot of fruits. I typically have my grapes and blueberries, but and I'm not a big fan of strawberries, but I think I'm going to introduce just a few of them into my diet. I'm not a big strawberry.
I love strawberries.
Do you really?
Mm-hmm.
I have to.
I absolutely do.
I have to.
Strawberries and grapes. I like them
I'm a grape
as a combo.
Yeah, I'm a grape fanatic, but I try and soak. I have to soak. Yeah, blueberries. Now that's the key. But I soak my fruits in water, distilled vinegar, and baking soda, and let it sit for about 15 to 20 minutes, and rinse really well, pat dry, and put it in the refrigerator because all of the pesticides.
I use salt water for the strawberries.
Do you use salt?
Yeah, salt water because strawberries, unbeknown to me, because my husband told me, have little bitty bugs that come
bugs all in them.
It comes out from the salt water. They can't stay in with the salt water. So I let them sit for about 10 minutes in salt water, then rinse them thoroughly and enjoy.
So I hope everyone has had the opportunity to get their breakfast together and you are ready for some news you can use. And we've got some news to report on. Some of it is pretty tragic over the weekend. And then I've got a couple of, I have something uplifting because it's been a tough.
Good.
Yeah, I do. But
something too.
Good. We need some positivity working and flowing. But before we get started on the actual show, we always start every show with positive affirmations, and we get those affirmations from our affirmation queen, Mrs. Morningstar.
So yes, we do. Good Monday morning, everyone. Welcome in and welcome to our listening crowds on different devices on TikTok. Welcome in, y'all, to our Plus Community Connection. We are glad to have our little TikTok family listen in this morning. And as always, she said, we have some affirmations to talk about. And today I wanted to talk about an affirmation to get ready for our glow up. because I know I've done it before in the past, but we got to continue to predicate that into our lives. Our glow up. We are in transition over here. Me and
Absolutely.
DJ Kitty already made our minds up about our transition. Have you? I mean, you got to take care of you first. You before all this buffoonery that's happening on MAGA land and in the Decepticon house. We need to focus on our health and our mental and our
And,
glow up.
and
What?
a flow up, yes.
Yeah. So let's get
Yes.
into it. The glow up. It's some steps that you should be speaking into existence to your life. Okay. Number one, I'm stepping into my power. I exhale my dreams and I inhale my dreams and exhale my fears. I release what doesn't reciprocate my energy. I trust the timing of my life. I find peace through discipline. I am becoming a better version of myself each day. My energy is parable when I walk into a room.
Mm-hmm.
How others perceive me doesn't define me. I have everything to gain by releasing the grip of shame. I like that.
Me too.
My acknowledging my inner child, I am I am one step closer to closure to healing.
One step closer, baby.
I accept radical responsibility for creating my own dream life. My heart and mind are open and ready for new experiences. I am energetically aligned. I like that word. That's funny. To all I desire. I find small ways to receive each day. I achieve my goals by focusing on one at a time. I don't need all the answers to remain grounded in this moment.
Facts.
I am clear and direct with my manifestations. I tap into my magic, ooh, because it's that black girl magic,
Black girl magic.
and trust in my intuition. Trust that intuition, ladies. It's always right. My actions
Absolutely.
match my goals. My greatest glow up is internal. You better say that.
Okay.
I manifest things as they should be, not as I want them to be.
I received that.
And I attract what I want by being what I want. Oh,
Ooh. I attract
you
what
know,
I want by
by
being what
being
I
what
want.
I want. You know how
I did that
I
one.
like
I
that.
did too. I like
My vibe attracts my
my
tribe.
tribe. Yes. You know, I think it was number 4 where it says the perception of others, and I'll finish it, is not my business. My how others perceive me is not my business. Not my business. Not my business. You know what you
It's
think about
not.
me, not my business. What how I think about me is my business.
Absolutely.
A word, a word, a word. I hope
Yeah.
everyone receives these affirmations and we keep it positive all week long because there's so much out there that's negative that can pull you down. But it's our job to remind you who you are. We are kings and queens. We ain't going nowhere.
That's
Keep
right.
going. Keep going. We've got things to do, people to see, you know, all of that good rigmarole. So let's go ahead and get into the weather now. I'm going to give you guys the weather and then we're going to talk about what happened in Texas, and it's tragic. Let's just say it. It's tragic. No matter how many affirmations I may want to present to everyone, what happened in Texas over the weekend is tragic and it's heartbreaking. So let's start with the weather in Holly Springs. Holly Springs, you have a high today of 91 and a low of 72. Intervals of clouds and sunshine. You may have a straight thunderstorm in the afternoon. There's an 18% chance of rain. Winds are out of the west southwest at 6 to 10 miles per hour. Humidity is at 64%. In the morning, in the evening, it is at 90%. Grass pollen is high and air quality is moderate. Memphis, Tennessee, you have a high of 93 and a low of 74 with morning thunderstorms. Got a 52% chance of rain. Winds are out of the west southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Humidity is at 64% in the morning and 83% in the evening. Grass pollen is high and air quality is moderate. Houston, hot Houston, of course. You have a high today of 91, a low of 78. It will be partly cloudy in the morning with scattered thunderstorms pretty much all day, all afternoon and evening. Yes, on the drive home. So
Rain.
although we already have enough traffic, we're going to pile rain on top of that. So plan accordingly. 49% chance of rain, winds out of the southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. I'm sorry. 5 to 10 miles per hour. Humidity is at 67% in the morning and 83% in the evening. Grass pollen is moderate, ragweed is moderate, and air quality is good. So that is your weather for today. And please keep in mind that weather changes in an instant. And now that we don't have our weather reporters, we don't have our NOAA has been dismantled. We don't have our systems in place to warn us of flooding, hurricanes, earthquakes, tornadoes any longer because of the Doge cuts, because this administration decided that, weather isn't important and people can live without it. Well, buckle up, Buttercup, because although we give you the weather, that is from a source that may or may not know, up to minute coverage, because it's been dismantled. So I say that to say this. Over the weekend in Kerrville, Texas, at Camp Mystic, it's a Christian camp with kids, little boys, little girls.
I thought it was all girls.
The camp, they had another camp next where the boys were at. So Camp Mystic was the girls. And the other camp, the boys, I saw a report, a young man explained to the world how him and his campmate or his roommate got out, but I'll get into that. At about 4:00 in the morning, these babies were sleeping, and there was a flash flood that hit that area. No warning. There was nothing that came on your phone. There was no blaring alarms going off. There was no on the TV a threat of a flash flood warning in that area. There was absolutely positively nothing. There are still 23 children missing, presumed unalived. There are, right now, I think the toll is up to 58 people that they found.
More.
It's more now?
It's 79 across. 79.
That's some nasty work.
It is very nasty work. In Cary County, is it Cary County?
Mm-hmm.
They reported 68 deaths.
Oh my goodness.
40 adults and 28 children thus far.
And I blame Hot Wheels. I blame Hot Wheels
and Romp.
Trump's gonna do what he's gonna do. The man with the dead hand is gonna do.
I'm gonna say that. Nope.
But
because guess what, Kitty? If Biden was our president right now,
they'd be blaming Biden.
Thank you.
So
that's why I blame Hot Wheels and Rump.
But Hot Wheels,
it's on his watch.
Yeah, as if it wasn't important. We don't need warnings. We don't need to be warned that a flash flood is coming. It floods in Texas, period. It floods.
It does.
It does. I've been in several floods where I've had to take to higher ground. I had to walk through a flood one time.
Mm-hmm. I saw that, Priscilla, blaming the news weather services. Well,
yeah, how can you blame the news weather services when 1,000 employees from NOAA were cut?
See what I'm saying? See the games.
I mean, I really need people to understand that elections have consequences and racism is expensive.
Yes.
Very expensive. And at the expense of people losing their lives. And for what? Because you don't want someone else to have more than you, or you feel that they shouldn't have what they have, or they're the wrong skin color, or the wrong gender, or you want to tell women what to do with their bodies. This is ridiculous. And I blame the man with the dead hand, Trump, and I blame Hot Wheels, Abbott. I sure do.
Absolutely.
Put the blame where it belongs.
I agree.
These babies had no warning. And they're five young ladies, five little girls from the Houston area.
That
My
went to,
heart,
was it Spring Branch?
yeah,
Yeah.
my heart goes out in that affluent areas. The Spring Branch, baby, you can't sit there unless you have some money. Period.
We lived in
Affluent.
Spring Branch. We ain't had no money like they do, but we were in
Yeah,
apartments when we first
apartment.
moved here.
Uh-huh. Those
And
are
yes, we know the kind
million-dollar
of
homes. Yeah,
money,
real money.
and those babies were sent to that camp for summer. Their
Like
parents sent them
we
there for a
send our
summer camp.
kids.
For
My
summer
grandson
camp.
is in camp now. You know, we send our kids to camp, whether it's day camp, whether it's overnight camp. You entrust people
And it
to take care of your children,
and it
and
wasn't
it's
the camp members.
they're missing as well.
Yes, yes. It's sad. It is
Tragic.
such a sad thing to see. And I have they no empathy. And the thing is, we know that the people we dealing with, okay, they are unempathetic. They'll just like the situation happened, with all the kids in Navaldi, when they all
Uvalde, yeah.
Uvalde.
No empathy.
It's
And
the hurt that I mean, I don't even know any of these, but these are babies.
these are babies. I can relate. I have children. I
Yeah.
have a heart.
Awful.
I have a heart. I have empathy for anybody who's going through this, regardless of their political status,
Yeah.
regardless of their race or
Don't matter.
or their religion.
Don't matter.
I heard for those who knew them, their family members, those who have to pick up the pieces and try and figure out how to make sense of life now, because it doesn't make sense right now to a lot of people. And all of this could have been avoided if there was a system in place. Surprise, surprise, there was. And he decided to gut it. I blame all of them. How did Doge work out this time? It's very frustrating. And it's very hurtful. And the worst part about all of this is, the very worst part about all of this is that this is just the beginning.
It is.
Season just started.
I was just gonna say that.
Hurricane
We haven't
season
even
just
got
started.
into the thick of
We haven't.
hurricane season, where who knows what Mother Nature, we can't control Mother Nature, because when she ready to do what she gonna do, Mother Nature is gonna do what she gonna do.
She's gonna do it, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. Not a thing.
But like Kitty said, we had systems set up for a reason. We had people working in certain departments to monitor and be able to send those emergency alerts out. And we don't know if it was 5 minutes, if they could have got to them 5 minutes before that, because that water, I know they saw that water rushing. There wasn't no way you was gonna make it through that water. Water is powerful.
It is.
Water could snap your neck.
That water was so strong that it lifted up concrete.
Yes. So
it
was no way a human body could.
No. So the young men these were like 11, 12-year-old little boys who got out of their cabin. The young man said that he saw the water come up, get all the way up to the top bunk, and they swam out. That's how they got out. By the grace of God, or whomever you believe in.
Glad they knew how to swim.
I am too.
And before that rush came, maybe they was at a point where they could just swim without the current taking them in the rushing waters. It was, oh man, I didn't even want to keep looking at it. It was terrible to see how hard that water was pushing.
My husband showed it to me in the morning, and he said, look, you know anything about this? And I looked at it and I said, I had to sit down and look and watch it. And I said, is this AI? Is this a movie that's coming out? I didn't even know that
looked like a movie.
It looked like a movie.
Yeah, yeah. Uprooting houses and
trees and
cars was no match for it. Trees were no match for it. Nothing. Water is that powerful.
When floods come through, it takes everything. And that is the bottom line. When floods come through, it takes any and everything, and there's really nothing that you can do about it besides buckle up, because it's a flood. You can get out the way. If you have enough warning, you can prepare yourself to not be in its path. But
Yeah.
surprise, surprise, what are we
Yes,
dealing with,
ma'am.
people? What are we dealing with? We're not dealing with people who say to themselves, "Oh, well, we need to make true cuts to reduce the budget, but we want to keep our safeguards in place."
Right.
I can understand them looking into people who are abusing healthcare systems. They got caught 324 people in the healthcare industry that were abusing billing Medicaid and Medicare, overbilling, doing unnecessary surgeries. I get all that.
Right.
What I don't get is you taking away protections for this country.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Why? Why do that? But again,
When you want to destroy the country from
the
within.
abnormal world we live in, the upside down world.
I don't call it the upside down world anymore. You know what I call it? I call it Hunger Games, because we are in Hunger Games now. So, sis, let's go ahead and take a quick commercial break while we
Okay.
have, before we bring the ladies up. And I do have a couple more stories I want to get into. Not
Okay.
stories, but I just wanted to talk about two more things. You are listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break.
Welcome to Morningstar Boutique, where the sun is shining and the style is all about you, your beauty, confidence, and individuality. Whether that's your perfect summer dress, a chic jumpsuit, or outfit you didn't know you needed, we've got you. Stop by ourplugs.com and check us out. We'll see you soon.
In the chat now, it'll sit there and I'll take a look.
Hey guys, guess what? I got something to show you. Boom, 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 bam. You like what you see? This is from Morningstar Boutique. Yes, beautiful, nice and thick, comfy, and it fits. So if you like this sweater, you got to go to All Plugs and scroll down with Morningstar Boutique, and you gotta get yours, because I got mine. You better go get yours, because yeah, it might run out fast. So yeah, if you like this sweater, go to Our Plugs, ourplugs.com, scroll down and hit Morningstar Boutique and get yours. Yes, this is from a black powerful woman to another powerful black woman. So yeah, we're moving on. Go get yours so we all can be warm. Okay? God bless.
Welcome to a world that sparkles. Sparkle Kicks LLC is your one-stop shop for a wide variety of customized items. So bling out your Crocs. Customize that cutting board. Get you custom dominoes. Stop by and we will customize your order today. We can be found on Etsy and Our Plugs LLC. I'll be waiting to customize your order. All you need to do is place it.
Opal May Simplistic Beauty is hair care and skincare in a bottle. Take a quick survey and let us design your own formula. Go to ourplugs.com, look for Opal May Simplistic Beauty, and we can get your formula out to you as soon as possible. We hope to hear from you soon. Have a great day. And we are back. You are listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. So we talked about the weather. We talked about the tragedy over the weekend. I did want to mention that Essence Festival went on over the weekend, and I heard it was a flop.
I didn't hear nothing about it. And I normally am tuned in to Essence Fest because, and that's crazy.
They had some really strong and powerful performance. Erykah Badu,
Really?
Lauryn Hill. Yes, but Essence was sponsored by Target. I'm not laughing, but I am. And I heard that it's a flop. I heard. Allegedly, Miss Janice.
Well, I don't know. I'm gonna look into it and see what I can hear. Cause
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Erica Badu and Lauryn Hill,
Lauren Hill, they had a
fire.
lot of artists.
Uh,
Yeah.
I'm talking about all stars. You know, old like
Old school art
old
also.
school all stars. I guess I'm saying that now, Lord.
Yeah.
Crazy to say they old school. That just makes you feel like where am I? How am I?
Yeah.
But anyway,
But anywho, but yeah, I heard it was a flop. Next time,
okay.
Essence, if you listening, don't not all money is good money. I'm just saying.
You're gonna have to drop Target. You're gonna have to go and release the demon.
Not all money is good money, baby.
Release the demon.
Because as far as I can remember, Target wanted to get rid of DEI, and they doubled down. Even though the CEO, he's retiring or he's stepping down or whatever, they doubled down. They're still going to stand by their DEI. Okay.
Keep
That's
doing
what.
it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Last I seen, Essence has never been a flop.
No. Mm-mm.
The man with the dead hand, everything
I
he
can
touched.
only imagine why though. If it was allegedly a flop, I can only imagine why.
Well, I'm gonna say it like this. You know why? I'm not
Mm-mm.
laughing, but I am. I'm not laughing, but I am. Anywho. So I have some key. You know what? I don't even feel like getting into it because it's not news that just happened. What it is I wanted to go through discussing where we're at as far as Project 2025, and we are halfway there. I will just hit on some key points. Centralized presidential power. He only wants loyalists in government and in law enforcement. Check. Cultural realignment, realigning DEI, gender, and reproductive rights, reshapes public policy and education. Check. Weaken public institutions, public broadcasting, independent journalism, regulatory commissioners, and civil rights protecting uh, protections that have been weakened or eliminated. So basically, when they went after NPR and PBS, check.
And some of the news
And
broadcasters that have
absolutely
lost their jobs or quit or had to be forced into quit. You know.
forced to resign. Yes, minimal federal oversight over education, check. Healthcare, check. Civil rights, check. And disaster relief. They wanted to go back to the states, check. Divide America, legal
Double check.
legal and social and cultural gaps between
Huge
states made
check.
widen, between authoritarian and restraints and restrictions and litigation. So you'll have a class of those who are okay with being dictated to because they want a dictatorship. They want that authoritarian rule, and those who are going to resist it and try and tie them up in litigation. So yeah, halfway there. We're halfway there, y'all. Because everything that I mentioned, he's already checked in 150 days. Well, maybe 175 days now.
Yeah.
Although we have the resistance, legal battles, and public opinion from the ACLU, NAACP, Southern Poverty Law Center, California, and New York City, trying to stop and prevent and tie them up in litigation, they've gotten halfway there.
Facts.
Project 2025 is the blueprint for authoritarian rule. And we are here. And it is ridiculous. We see you out there, Preezy. We see you out there on YouTube. Hey there. And my last story, some good news. Angelique Kidjo, she's the first Black African performer honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, the first Black African. So there's only been 2 Black Africans. The first one was she's a white lady. Oh my goodness. And she's South African.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say, I'm looking right at her. I want to say Cameron Diaz.
Is Cameron Diaz South Africa?
I think it is. I'm gonna have to look at it. Don't quote me on that, y'all. But I know Angelique is the first Black African who's got her Hollywood start of fame in 2025. It only took them forever to give an African, a true Black African. So those are my stories for this morning. What about yourself, sis? What do you have?
Well, we touched on the floods and all of that. So I just wanted to bring some positivity. I came across an amazing article about 300 Black educators that conveyed in Alabama at the summit about making classrooms more technology advanced.
Oh, good.
So Ed Farmer successfully concluded that they're going to anticipate Future of Learning Summit for 2025, a transformative 2-day event that brought together more than 300 Black educators, technology innovators, municipal officials, and business executives to address America's expanding digital skills gap. With 90% of all job required digital fluency by 2030, the summit demonstrated how Ed Farmer collaborative innovation model creates sustainable educational transformation by uniting diverse stakeholders around shared workforce development goals to help close America's 5.5 trillion digital skill gap. So that means they're going to be building our children up into the world of technology, which this is their era anyway. And it's going to be jobs, baby.
Yes.
And it's going to be young Black. See, this is what they scared of.
If you want another.
I don't want to go too deep because I went in earlier. But
did you go in?
A little bit. It was a good live. It was a great live. I had about 200K likes first time, so it was good.
That's awesome.
But this is what they are afraid of. When they went to go get our ancestors, they didn't know they were getting the best, and we are the bloodline and the descendants of those best. And we just keep getting better, and you can't stop it. So kudos to these 300 educators that's going to work to make our future generation even better. Kudos to them.
Yep. That's a good story. That is a very good story. I'm glad to hear it. Because, we need some positivity. We need something good going on. So let's go ahead and bring up the coaches. Coach Nikki.
The getter. Okay, there we go.
There she is.
Good morning, ladies. Good morning.
Good morning, Coach. How are you?
So pretty. I'm good.
How are you? Good. I got a little delay. It's good to see you.
It's good to see you too. Thank you.
Yes.
Oh, is it lagging a little bit?
Yeah, I am, but I caught it. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. A new week, you guys. A new week.
Monday.
I hope you had a wonderful weekend and you got some rest and relaxed and did what you needed to do with your family.
Yes. All of Sunday was a sit down Sunday.
Oh,
so yeah. Yeah, I got that from somebody. This girl said, she's like, you need a rest. She said, I'm gonna say sit it down Saturdays. I said, well, I'm gonna take that for Sunday. So that's what I did. But yes, and I hope you guys did too. How was your 4th?
Relaxing. I did not do anything besides
to eat. It was just another day for me.
Yeah, it was our Juneteenth and a half.
Yeah,
you go.
just another day, just it's good to have the day off, and
I
then
was
that's usually
appreciative
when
for
your
that.
family is off, and y'all can catch up, because during the week it's hectic. So
It is.
when everybody have a day off and we can just come together as a family and enjoy each other,
It's always nice.
it's always good.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
If y'all don't mind, I'm gonna go ahead and jump in.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to recap. I think we talked about last week the importance of setting routines and journaling. We talked about that last week, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I wanted to emphasize on that, coaching through chaos, how to stay grounded when life gets loud, because life is really loud for everybody right now, for everybody, this entire country. And I wanted to share with people to teach them how to coach themselves through these challenges. So I wanted to reference that. So how to stay grounded when life gets loud, you guys. Like I said last week, we talked about journaling, grounding activities and exercises. I have some of those out here for you guys today, right now, and focusing on balancing your life, your business, and self-care, because y'all, we fall out of that and we get into rapid mode and we don't know how to slow down until our body tells us to slow down. And I want to share with you guys, recently that just happened to me.
Ooh.
My whole nervous system just shut down.
Yeah.
My body was forcing me to rest. My blood pressure was 200 over 109. I was near stroke level. And so that's really why I wanted to touch on this today, because even myself, being a coach, I forget to coach myself through things. I think I can handle everything, and I'll assume everybody's responsibility when they're not my charge or my responsibility, if you know what I mean. So I wanted to say this, as far as self-care is considered. Women specifically, parents in general, there's a guilt behind self-care. No matter what we tell ourselves, there's a guilt behind self-care. How many times have you went to do something for yourself and you talked yourself into why you needed it?
Yeah.
Right? And I realize there's studies that show these things too, but there's a major guilt that we feel behind taking care of ourselves, parents specifically, because we have the responsibility of the household, the children, and everything else. And so when it comes down for self-care, even just laying down and take a nap, there's guilt behind that. I've experienced that myself. Like, no, I got to keep running. And then you develop this idea that you're lacking if you're not always doing something. And I want to bust that myth for everybody. That's so not true. Do not let your body shut down on you like I did, because you're trying to balance everything. That it's called balance. It's called balance. So it's not balance if we're taking on everything, right?
You're right.
So I wanted to give you guys, I made up some affirmations for everybody. I really want y'all to take this and we'll talk deeper, and I would love for y'all to engage, ask me questions or about anything else. But I wrote down 3 affirmations that I wanted to give y'all today. And if everybody can take those and use those. First one, I am worthy of love and self-care.
Absolutely.
Say that like you mean it. When I give people affirmations, by the 3rd to 5th time, they're crying. That's how I know that they never believed that about themselves. And that they have to convince themselves that they deserve self-care. So the second one is, I deserve to care for myself how I care for others. I'm sticking with that one heavy this week.
Say that, Nikki.
Mm-hmm. You better say that one.
You gotta say that.
I'm telling
that heavy this week. I deserve to care for myself how I care for others.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And that is the truth. Yes, you do. Because if you're caring for everybody else, who's taking care of you? Because I don't want to call our family members takers, but if you're going to do and you always show up, people, that's the expectation.
That is what they're used to.
Right.
And
they're conditioned to it.
It is. But we condition them to do that.
Yeah. We
condition them to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And it also creates a foundation of obligation. So now, and then there's that guilt creeps back up. Now, when you want to say, you know what, no, I really do all this stuff all the time. Like, it's time for me to take care of myself. There's guilt behind that because we've created a cycle where we're always giving and giving and giving. And tell me somebody that's going to say, oh, no, don't do that for me. Where does that exist at?
Nowhere.
Right?
I've never experienced it.
Me either. And I'm a giver, and givers get got. Givers get got. Okay, givers get God, because you want to give. Say that's your love language, acts of service, and you give. People take advantage of that.
They do.
People take advantage of that.
They
So
do.
That's that second one. I think that might be the most important one. I really want y'all to highlight that one. I deserve to care for myself how I care for others. The third one, self-care is my highest form of self-love.
Yeah. Yes, because if we don't have self-care, we don't have anything else. But go ahead. Let me hush.
Yeah, no. And then the moment that you have to question or second guess what you want to do for yourself, I want you to remind yourself that that is a weapon towards your self-love. That is you saying, I don't care for myself this much to prioritize myself. I don't care for myself that much. If you start to get in a habit of saying things, a lot of times I tell people, if you say the crazy stuff that you're doing to yourself in your head out loud, it doesn't make sense. And then you stop.
Absolutely.
But it has to be in rotation. It has to be habit forming. You have got to affirm yourself.
Yeah.
I know personally, if I fall off of affirmations, I'm not good. I'm not good. And I'm just honest. I'm just not good. I have to say the things to myself that I need to press forward and go on, because no one is calling me and saying, hey, Nikki, good job for making your bed today. Hey, I'm so proud of you for waking up and pushing through, even though your blood pressure is 200/109. I'm so proud of you. I have to say that. We have to say that. It's called coaching ourselves and managing ourselves up.
Absolutely. Can I interject just one thing? I heard you say when we take a nap, we feel guilty about that. But I need people to understand that taking a nap is actually doing something. You're resting your body. And I truly believe, just like our children, kids, young kids, they need a nap. Adults need naps too. I am a firm believer in taking a nap. I would like to take a nap every single day. If I can at work, I will go and sit in my car and take me a 15 to 20-minute power nap, because you need to rejuvenate your body. There's nothing wrong with taking a nap. You need to rest. If little kids do it and they have all the energy in the world, why are adults not doing it when we are the older we get, the worse it gets I don't know about y'all, but for me, I need a nap.
Absolutely.
And in some countries, they take naps because they understand how important it is that your body needs to rest, just like it needs water.
Yes.
I'm happy to hear that you're feeling better.
Thank you.
I really am.
Thank you. I'm taking it easy. That's my energy. I got to keep it right here.
I see your energy, because
so I got to keep it right here, so I'm not all worked up. But what I was going to do is show it for y'all today. So
we appreciate you.
But you always bring good energy, Nikki. But like you said, this time you got to just kind of mellow it out. Yeah. And it's still good, but it's still good energy. Your energy is always amazing. But it's just, I get it. Yeah. Sometimes you just got to level down. We like to level up a lot, and we just do. And it's not in a negative way. But
no, it's not being negative. I don't think it's being negative at all.
It's just who you are, but sometimes, like you stated, you just got to bring it down some and just kind of mellow it out and relax. And I wanted to ask you, son, I wanted to comment on the third affirmation, because about taking care of yourself, right? Making sure because you can't, what was it? You can't take care of anyone,
anybody else. So
if you're not taking care of yourself.
Right.
That wears on you. Am I wrong? Because other people can see that. And an example would be, have you guys ever been out somewhere and you look at a mother or you look at a young lady?
Yes.
And she's not well groomed. She's with a bonnet on. She got on pajamas. She's at the grocery store. She's just not well together. And it's like, in my head, sometimes I think, did you take a minute to groom yourself, to take care of you?
No, they haven't. Most people you have to think about several things. Number one, if you're so busy, especially if you have small children, if you're so busy taking care of those small children and you don't have the support or the help that you need to go sit in a tub or go
take a shower, a bath,
and take 30 minutes to just breathe without a child saying, mommy, mommy, mommy. Some people are at their wits' end. I've been in situations where, I walked up to complete strangers and their child is breaking down, and that parent is so disconnected from that child because they're tired, not because they're a bad parent.
They're tired.
They're tired. Can I hold your baby for a little while? Can I hold your baby for a little while? It goes a long
Yeah.
way.
Yeah. And our first instinct is, everything is from face value. Our first instinct is to judge, and then the compassion comes later.
Yes.
And now I look at that as, dang, that lady is tired. You got to be tired if you came outside like that.
Yes.
Like but we missed that they're still showing up. They're still in the grocery
Still
store.
there.
Yeah, they still doing
Because it
what
still
they
has to be
what
done.
they have to do.
It still has to be done. And Kitty, to what you said about taking naps, your youth doesn't energize the rest of your life.
No.
That's not what happens. You still need that same rest. Think about it. From birth to 5 years old, or maybe 4, if you go to preschool, I always like to do this breakdown from birth to 0 to 4. That's the only free time a human actually experiences. I want y'all to really think about that.
It's the truth. You have 4 years of free.
And then that's fleeting. That's it. Then it's preschool, kindergarten, middle school, high school, all of that. And then it's college if you choose to do that. And then it's work if you choose. Why do we think those little couple years is supposed to catapult and energize us for the rest of our lives?
Right.
How can it sustain us for the next forever? However
it's
long.
Impossible.
It can't. We've been conditioned to believe that we have to be burnt out in order to that matches our success. That means successful because I'm burnt out all the time. That's not true.
I think that, we have to find ways to assist. I have people in my life, and I know that they're going through things. And it's the smallest things. You don't have to do huge, grand gestures. For instance, I have a membership. I have a membership to get massages. I can go as many times as I want. I have, and I don't mind, because I am busy and I may not go, giving it to someone who truly needs it. Yeah. What's an hour? Your family can cope for an hour.
Yes.
If I got to babysit the baby so you can go and unwind for an hour, go do that.
Yes.
It's the small things. Even if it's going over a girlfriend's house and saying, you know what, let me keep the baby, and while you, or let me take my god baby, let me take them while you go and get your nails done. You go get your nails. We have to help each other.
We do.
Especially now.
Yeah. And you guys, I have a sister. One of my sisters has a baby. He's a toddler and he's autistic. And if you guys know anything about children that are on the spectrum, like, they're very energetic. He likes to stim a lot. He likes to pretty much run up and down in circles until he just crashes out. And I remember one time, and it just happened recently too, I said, sis, just come over. Let me watch him and take a nap. Just take a nap. And every time, it takes him no time to fall asleep. But being with him, and again, like you said, Kitty, just offering a helping hand, being with him for one time, I see her exhaustion.
Yeah.
Because he's fast. I was tired. And I think I'm in shape. I was exhausted chasing him. And I'm like, she does this every day.
Every single day. And I think I was talking to P this morning, and I said, if it's not us, then who? There's nobody that's going to come and save us. Nobody. But it's up to us to make sure that I am my sister's keeper, or I am my brother's keeper. I'm going to step in and help out. Times are hard, and you know that it's about to get real ugly. Real ugly.
Yeah.
However, we have each other.
Yeah.
And we're going to make sure that we have the wherewithal to withstand what's coming. We have each other.
I think we gotta really take heed of that, especially now we know what's to come with all these different agencies being removed, where now childcare is not going to be available or accessible to a lot of people. A lot more time people are going to have to spend with their kids, and it's a good thing. It's a lot of people who still work from home, but just to have you even working from home and your kids are there, that's a stress, So yeah, we definitely gonna need people to step up in the families, step up in friendships with our friends and our families who have little ones, and just or any kind of stress, like you said, Kitty, offering them a day at the spa or an hour at the spa, just to get a rub down and keeping the kids, or just doing something nice to help relieve some of that stress, because they say what stress is. It's the ultimate
silent killer.
That's right.
It is.
And
It's
it
the
creeps.
ultimate one.
It creeps.
It's the ultimate one.
Yeah.
And you don't even know when it's gonna
You
hit
don't?
you.
Hello, I did. Ugh. Was laid out on the floor, y'all. For real.
Nikki, I hate to hear
I
that.
kept pushing. I'm all right though, and that's why I wanted to be here today.
Yeah.
I'm serious about this, and to go back to what both you ladies are saying, we have to stop just saying stuff. It truly does take a village, and if we say that, it takes a village for real. Like we like to say slogans and sayings and stuff like that. We really don't. It's not true to us. It takes a village. If you say that to me, I'm holding you accountable for when I'm about to be cracked in half. I need my village to show up. I'm the same way for my village. That's what I call my friends and family. The ones that really show up in the darkness. That's my village. That's my village. But
you definitely need one in your life. And if it ain't your blood family, it could be your friends, your community.
And create one.
Your village.
Create and that's why I encourage people to find you a community, which is your village, your family. Find you a community to tether to, because you never know when you need that. You need to make that call to the village.
Absolutely.
And lean in so somebody can help you.
Absolutely. And it doesn't necessarily have to be, like you said, the family you came from. You can create your family. In the gay community, you hear things about houses. I'm not super versed on it, but they have houses and there's like a mother in the household where a person was pretty much, banned from their houses or, disowned because of their preference. They then find their village and they will all live in a huge house together, but everybody supports each other. You will never go in need. I've never experienced it myself, but I know people that have these villages and have these houses, and they call it the mother. This is their adopted family. It's the family that they create. And I truly believe we're not responsible for the family we came from, but we're definitely responsible for the ones we create.
Yes, we are. We are responsible for the ones we create, and we're responsible for the people that we love.
Yes.
We need to take a quick commercial break. You are listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. We'll be right back. You guys, grab you a glass of water and make sure you stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, yes, this is my nonprofit, Carter's Caring Hands. And what my nonprofit does, we give fresh food boxes to those families in need that's struggling to keep food on their tables. We also go out into the unhoused community, give out care bags here in the Kalamazoo, Michigan area. So if you'd like to donate to the cause, please go to www.carterscaringhands.com and donate whatever you can, so we together can uplift those families that's struggling to keep food on their tables. Highly appreciate it. God bless.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ashley Middleton, life and executive leadership coach and owner of Radiate Coaching and Development, where we provide transformational strength-based coaching and mentorship. My goal specifically is to support you in identifying your mission, your vision, and your values that help you take your power back as you are building your career. Whether it's within or outside of the corporate world, my goal is to really empower you in making decisions that work well for you. So if you want to reach out to me, by all means, you can email me at radiate@midspiration.com or check out my website at radiatecoaching.com.
Hi, I'm Tori G, owner and founder of Say Something Tees, a statement t-shirt company. I got into this business by mistake, but the mission was no accident. As a Black female-owned brand, we do more than just sell shirts. We make statements. Our designs spark conversation, sometimes shady, sometimes in your face, but always bold. From the 92% collection, honoring Black women who always show up, to Dear Black Woman, a love letter to our strength and resilience. Our tees empower, uplift, and keep it real. Because at Say Something Tees, we believe your shirt should speak before you do. Shop Black owned.
Hello, fellow taxpayers. I'm Andre Martinez, and as the founding owner of EA Tax Pros, I can honestly tell you that our clients trust our team of highly skilled and experienced accountants. Why? Because we work with a passion to keep your money in your pockets, and we keep filing taxes simple, regardless of any situation. And let's be honest, taxes are not everyone's favorite. That's why, as a multi service accounting firm, our professional accountants have a deep understanding in all areas of accounting, and as well as tax planning, preparation, and resolving your tax issues. We lead the way of effectively utilizing the tax regulations and IRS codes to help our clients clearly identify the path of their personal, nonprofit, and business goals. So, if you don't know how to start your business or your nonprofit, we welcome you to the EA Tax Pros team, and you will have access to our enrolled agents who have earned the highest certification of the IRS, as well as CPAs, certified acceptance agents, and QuickBooks certified pro advisors. So give us a call, 713-496-0262. Or you can visit us at ea-taxpros.com. So come join the team that taxpayers trust. Also, don't forget to check out ourplugs.com, a community built with culture.
And we are back. You are listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. This morning we are blessed to have Coach Nikki in. Our subject is coaching through the chaos, how to stay grounded when life gets loud. And she is giving us some wonderful tips on what to do and how to get through. And I can say this, Coach Nikki, since I love you, little sis, because you're so transparent and so
Thank
honest about, what you're going through. And we truly appreciate you. And you're so needed.
Thank you.
You're so needed. We need you, honey. So
Thank
you have to take care of yourself.
Thank you.
I'm going to be calling you as soon as the show is up with, because
Yeah,
talk
that's
to Big Sis. I need to find out what's
And
going
I
on.
know
Baby.
you checking that pressure daily, right?
Oh yeah.
And
Pressure calls, everything.
That's right. Write your numbers down. Track it.
I'm just reminding myself, you guys, that it's okay for me to say no.
It is.
I know that, and also full transparency, I know that a lot of my giving in my past life was a trauma response. I'm the oldest sibling. A lot was demanded of me younger, and so I developed this idea that I'm a giver. I learned now that I am truly a giver, but I was a people pleaser, and there's a difference.
Yes,
absolutely.
And while we were on break, I was taking notes, and I want to remind people to maintain your healthy boundaries. It's okay to say, and I say nice things to people if I have to shut them down because I need to take care of myself. And I'll say, I really want to show up for you, but I think that you deserve 100% of me, and I really can't do that right now. Yeah. And I think people accept that or are more receptive to that than just saying no, because I don't like to leave heavy on the taking care of you. What's up, P? I saw her comment just pop up, but people are more receptive when I'm kind. I like to be kind. People are more receptive and understanding. And then you open the door for them to say, well, is there anything I can do for you? Is there anything I can do for you? Because like I said, people that are used to you showing up for them all the time, the moment you set a boundary and say, hey, I really can't right now, but I want to, they're like, okay, well, what's wrong? Can I help you? So I leave the door open, but maintain your healthy boundaries. The moment you slack on your boundaries, y'all, you end up crashing.
Absolutely.
Can I be a little transparent too?
Yes, go ahead.
Because we family. I'm gonna tell you. I had a moment this weekend, or this past weekend, because my child is away from me in Ohio visiting her family, my parents, and I give my kid. She's very spoiled, and I had to tell her no.
That was hard, huh?
It was I didn't realize, because she's such a great kid. She really is. She does really well. She's always been a good kid. I had to tell her no to something she really wanted to do. And it hurt me so bad. And it hurt her. She cried. I cried in the
Oh,
background.
yeah. It
But I didn't realize how hard that would be and how much I had my husband talk to me and how much I have beat myself up through the years of raising her to try to avoid, I didn't want to feel the guilt of her possibly being upset with me or hating me for something that was for her own good.
Yeah.
For me to tell her, no, you cannot. No.
And that doesn't stop you from being a good mother or stop her from being a great kid.
Right.
I call those human moments. When we can be real with our kids, those are human moments. And that's an opportunity for your daughter to be like, dang, my mom does do a lot for me. It's a moment of appreciation.
And I couldn't grasp it at the time because in my thoughts, I was just being terrible. I wasn't being the mother that she's used to me being, the mommy that's always there to help her say, okay, we'll figure it out. But this time I said, no. Absolutely not. And everybody of the adult nature was like, absolutely, yeah, I agree with you. No.
You're right.
My husband is more of I said no a long time ago. I don't care nothing else about it.
I don't even know why we're talking about it anymore.
That's my husband. He's like, I don't even know why
have that attitude sometimes. You got to. So you don't feel what you felt.
Right. And being that she's my only child that I birthed, I cling to her differently. I have other children and they are adults, but she was like the baby. She is the baby. So it was harder for me. Is that, that was something I felt that
it's so normal.
Now that we're talking about this, like, wow, that was a moment for me. Right. Like I really had to, I stressed myself out about it.
I want you to elaborate exactly the emotions that you felt, Morningstar, because when I say these things, I never want to sound like it's easy to set boundaries. I don't ever want to sound like that, y'all, because it's very hard to tell somebody you love no. And you went in your head, this is my only,
I went in my head. And the tears was flowing. I was through.
It's not easy.
You had to tell her no. Well, let me say this part.
It was a hard no.
Yeah.
It was a heck no.
It was a heck no. Absolutely not. I can't bend on this one.
Being the mother of 3 and the grandmother, okay, because none of you got biological grandchildren, okay?
Yes.
I will say this. It's hard to tell your kids no, but like my parents told me, that no could be saving you from something you have no idea if you could come back from. And so although it may hurt us to say no, although it may hurt us to not do what our kids expect us to do, or our grandchildren expect from us to do, sometimes you just have to put your foot down and say, let my no mean no and my yes mean yes. Yep. And when I say that, I don't want to talk about it anymore, because don't make me feel bad about mothering you. You have no idea. And I didn't understand when my daddy used to say this. You have no idea what I'm saving you from. All you see is what you want to do. All you see is what's in front of you. You have no idea what it is that's out there that can actually have you to never come back to me. So when I tell you no, that's what it is. And, when my daddy told me that, of course I was mad and daddy, you don't never let me do nothing. My daddy had a rule. And I tell you, this was a military man, Vietnam vet, law enforcement. He did not buckle. He did not buck. He did not. When he said no, that was it. And don't ask me again, because if you ask me again, you're not going to get to go next week. And so we had a rule in our house. You only got to go somewhere one time out the weekend. You better pick what you want to do. You better make it count, because if there was a party on Friday and then you wanted to go to something to the mall on Saturday and the skate rink on Sunday, this is what we did in, my little rinky-dink town in Omaha, Nebraska. That was our thing. Party, mall, skating. Okay, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. My daddy said, pick one. Pick one. Mm-hmm. And I had to live with that until I was 18 years old. Baby, I graduated from high school. I was 18 when I graduated. And my birthday's in January. I graduated in May. I said, Daddy, I'm 18. Why can't I stay out past 12 o'clock? He said, you stay out past 12 o'clock, you better take all your stuff with you because you can't come back. JT didn't play.
Well, like my grandma.
But he saved
That
me
was my
from
daddy.
a lot of things that I didn't see coming.
Yes.
But I had a lot of friends that were, if I were, and I, you know, it dawned on me, you know what? If I were there, I would have been right along with her. If I were there, I would have been right along with him.
Exactly.
Going through this.
Exactly.
My daddy was saving me. I couldn't see it because I was 16, 17, 18. I wanted to do what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
JT said, pick one.
Well, good thing my parents are still living and they there and they are enforcers. Okay. And when my mother called me, she said, I said, no, I don't even know why you continue to have the discussion. Everybody telling me this, but me over here
crying.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a moment, and I feel good. I feel better. I feel much better because I know that it was always going to be a no in the situation, and we moved on.
Yeah, I love to transmute things like that. Like that was a moment for you to realize how great of a mother you are. So even in your grief about it and guilt, take that moment and alchemize that into something positive. You're such a great mother that you felt guilty about telling your child no one time.
Yeah.
And to this point, Kitty, my grandma saved my life. I wanted to go to Hershey Park one time. And she said no. And I couldn't understand why. I'm like, why? Like, I got my own money. I work my little job. Like, can I go? She said no. Everybody in the car got in a car accident on the way. Everybody.
Been there.
On the way. There. Yeah.
And the people that got in the car accident on my end didn't make it out.
Yeah.
My daddy saved me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and our kids don't see that.
They don't see it.
And hindsight is 20/20. You always realize after the fact.
They think we are hovering them and we are not letting them.
I'll be a stormtrooper. I don't care. Call me what you want. Helicopter parent, stormtrooper. I don't care. Spell my name right. It's a K, not a C.
Okay.
I'm not playing with, because at the end of the day, these kids are all we got.
Yeah.
You know, this materialistic stuff, your house, your cars, baby, if I had a choice between saving my children or having all the riches in the world, I got my kids.
Yes.
The materialistic stuff doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
My babies are what's important. My grandbabies are what's important. My friends that I love dearly are important. You are important to me. You know, my siblings, my family, that's what's important.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and sometimes you have to let your me know and take your breaks.
Yeah.
I'm talking strictly, I'm looking right at you, Miss Nikki. Take your breaks, baby. You know, I'm the grandma of the group. I'm 55. Hey, I'm proud to say it.
And look like she's 25.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you. But like I tell everybody, oh, you're 55, and I hope one day you get to be my age.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep living and stand on your nose.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, drink your water, girl.
Drink your water.
Drink your water, baby.
Drink your water. Drink your water.
Yeah. You know, when I feel guilty about, saying no to my kids, I always remind myself, Nikki, your job is to keep them alive.
That's
your
it.
Job amongst other things, but my job is to keep them alive.
Right.
I'm not here to be your friend.
I brought in here alive.
That's it. You know, that's the famous word. I am not here to be your friend.
I am not here to be
your little friend. I'm not here to be your little friend.
I'm not your little friend.
Yeah.
I didn't say that. Oh man.
Because your little friend doesn't look out for you the way I look out for you. I remind my oldest one, I used to tell her all the time, I said, let me tell you something. It's nobody out there that care about you the way your mama care about you. So I need you to remember that. I don't care how safe you feel with people. I need you to remember that nobody cares about your life the way, and not to make her distrust people, but I need her to understand
life
means, I gotta tell you, nobody got you like I would.
That's it.
Nobody got you like your mama. Your daddy's gonna be
your
there.
Daddy too.
Your daddy's gonna be there. You know, my daddy was there. He was
my daddy always been there.
Always.
And still is.
Until he left.
If I call him.
Until he left. But my mama, oh baby, that's a whole other, because think about it. Your mother carried you inside
it's it's a different experience.
It's a
connection. It's a different connection.
Yes, it is.
The life was formed in your body. The life was formed in your body. So you do everything in your power to make sure that that life that you formed is
protected.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know,
I didn't mind
Any and
mine
all men.
arguing with me back. I'm like, listen, I need to be able to sleep at night because I did the right thing by you. And if me telling you no, in your mind right now is not me doing right by you, you'll understand later. My daughter now, she's 20, the oldest one. And she's like, Mom, you know, when we talked about this and you warned me about that friend, and you hindsight is 2020. Now she get it. She's like, Ma. And
I'm waiting on them stories to come back because I can't wait for it to come back. Like,
and when they come back, you're gonna be Morningstar, you're gonna be like,
I'm gonna need a fan, Kitty.
Baby, let me tell y'all.
So, you know, while we're speaking about kids, can I show y'all something? My oldest daughter and I have matching tattoos. So mine says she gave me purpose, and then hers says she gave me life.
Oh, don't make me cry.
That's her reminder. You know,
that's beautiful.
My mom loves me. My mom wants everything great for me.
I love that. I love that.
I love that.
We're not, you know, meeting eye to eye. She understands that, and we both have our reminders. Like, I got a reason to do what I'm doing.
I have a reason to do the right thing. That's beautiful, Nikki. I love that. I love that you guys have that relationship. And Miss Morningstar, when your baby does come to you and tell you all them stories, I need you to have, I hope you have a drink.
You don't need one. You might need a drink or something because the stories are wild. How old is your daughter, sir?
Huh?
How old is your daughter?
She's 17.
Oh, it's coming. The conversations are coming. They're coming.
She reflects some stuff now. She'll tell me and some things. It's like, remember when y'all used to tell me? You know, she does that sometimes. Now that she'll be a senior this year in high school, so she's getting ready to, you know.
She's gonna be crying the entire year. I can see it now. She's about to cry now.
Sick.
It's okay, baby.
It's gonna be so sick, but I'm gonna get through it.
You're gonna be just fine.
Yes, you will. Believe it or not, I believe that the bond gets closer, it gets tighter when they go off to college because now they're experiencing things that you warned them about. You kind of talked to them already. The times that they weren't ever really listening to you, they're experiencing these things, and then college is a whole new world.
Yeah.
That they have to navigate.
Yeah, it's a whole other level.
Yeah, like my daughter clings to me more. You know, now she's like, Ma, I understand. Like you having almost adult issues now. So now you're getting everything that I was trying to save you from, and you can't really save these kids. They got their own journey. Yeah. But to protect her from, she gets it now. And I love that she gets it now. I don't have to say I told you so. When she tell me the stories, Morningstar, when she tell you your stories, just sit back and
just sit back and have your drink.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And you can't get mad because it's over with. And that's what me and my siblings I have one sister, two brothers. We sat down and told my parents all the things that we did that we shouldn't have done. But we were in our 30s when we did this. The time that I stole my daddy's car. The time that I wrecked my daddy's car. Oh, my daddy was sitting there just looking at me. I knew it was you the entire time. I tried to blame everybody. I told him that somebody had backed into me. I was lying. I had backed into a pole. But, you know, they sat there and they took it with stride. They laughed about it, but we were grown. I couldn't even tell them in my 20s. I was still scared.
I was still scared too. Look, I'm in my 40s and I'm still scared. Whenever I'm like, ooh, I ain't gonna.
You haven't told your parents everything you did yet?
Heck no.
Wow.
We have talked, but we laugh about some things, but not everything.
Yeah.
Not everything. I haven't told them everything.
Not everything, Kitty. Now, come on. Not everything.
Well, what they did was they were asking us certain questions. Whatever happened to my car? And I was like, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you what happened
as well.
Yeah. Now, see, we could go there. Now, you know, if you guys suspect, well, what really happened though?
Yeah.
You know,
and
we laugh and joke about stuff. Like I tell them about stuff that they did, especially my daddy. I told y'all that story before. Remember that story I told you about my daddy? And I had a boyfriend, and he came outside in his wave cap and some knee-high socks and some flip-flops and a wife beater that was too tight. What? And he cussed everybody out to get off his porch.
Oh my God.
How old were you?
18.
Oh
you were 18?
But it was 1:00 in the morning, too doggone late for him to be some boys to be sitting up on his porch.
You lucky your daddy did was curse, because my daddy would have been
And
hot
went
legs.
off, and he roars,
Poof,
okay?
poof.
Because he don't have no just subtle voice. He roars.
My
Is he a
daddy
big
Them
guy?
boys hopped up so quick.
Wow. Is your dad a big guy?
Not big, but like he's a stocky man. He was a football player.
Oh yeah, enough to scare him
And
off.
so he back in that time he was a football player. He got accepted to college, but he turned it down because he married my mother, and they had us.
Oh.
Wait, so your brothers didn't scare off the boys? Because you're the only girl.
Well, I was 18, so my brothers weren't living there.
Oh.
So it was just me there.
Oh yeah, you thought you was grown.
I thought I was grown.
You
Me
was
and my
18?
friends and our little boyfriends sitting on the porch laughing and
Kikiing.
at 1:32, almost 2 in the morning. He like, oh, heck no.
I bet you never
And
did
it was a red stocking cap, y'all. It wasn't white. It was a red stocking. I remember it vividly. It was so embarrassing. I was like, I'm leaving.
Was that a core
Where
memory
you going?
for you?
I'm 18. I'm talking about I'm leaving. I ain't coming back. He was like, bye.
That was a core memory for you. You never forget.
But I came back though.
Girl, I don't know
guess
where
who I
you
want to
thought
talk to
go.
about it? My mama. And she just laughed. She like, well, you know how your father is. That's her favorite line.
But you shouldn't have been out there at 1 o'clock in the morning, Kiki.
Girl, I was out.
you was being fast.
Have a boyfriend.
Okay. Thought you was grown. Daddy said,
Until that he can't. I was like,
I can see you right now.
red wave cap, some knee-high socks, and some flip-flops and some shorts. Some hoochie daddy shorts.
What were y'all doing when he
With a
caught
tight
y'all?
wife beater on.
What were y'all doing when he caught y'all, Morningstar? Was y'all being fresh or y'all was just chilling?
Well, I had walked down the porch and I was holding my boyfriend's hand. We was walking down the porch and the other ones was sitting on the porch. So he probably saw us walking and he probably looked out first and said, where the hell
is she going? Uh-huh.
And they set it off.
That'll do it.
And my daddy from the project, so he lost it.
That'll do it. That'll do it every single time. That'll do it. Well, Nikki, I am so glad that you came.
This is a good
and
time.
you share. You know, we have a good time, but you know, the importance of us actually talking and bringing awareness to those that are struggling and those who are going through things. They need to hear from us as well, you know. And I hope that the folks out in WKRA, out in Memphis and Holly Springs, I hope you guys have a wonderful morning and you take something from this. Take care of yourself.
Yeah,
it's a must. Let me get your final words, Nikki, and then we're going to go ahead and wrap the show.
Absolutely. My message for this week, everybody, take it slow. Be gentle with yourself. Ease into this week. Be light and flow like a feather. If you can just remember that, light and flowy. God does not want us to be rushing around, nor does he want us to be sick, okay? Yeah. And anything that's taking away your energy and power like that shut me down like that, I need you to set your boundaries. Go back to that drawing board, and anytime you forget them, go back. So be gentle with yourselves. You guys, self-care is the highest form of self-love. I mean that. Stay true to you.
I love it.
Receive it.
Oh, and shop Rubber Apparel.
Yes. Any last words, Miss Morningstar?
Y'all, thank you for tuning in. Thank you, everybody out here. I see you in the comments. I saw your comment, Powerful Black Woman. I already know. I know those experiences. Them daddies don't play about their girls. And thank you, WKRA family, listening audience. Y'all be well. Enjoy your Monday.
Absolutely.
Be easy, y'all.
Be easy. You guys have a wonderful day. Tomorrow we will be back with Veterans Voice and Leaders Who Mentor. So I hope to hear from you guys.
Better come back for that.
Tune in. Oh yes, tomorrow we've got some really powerful shows this week. Stay true to you. Drink your water. Touch grass. Get you some sun. Even though it's gonna rain, when the sun comes out, get you a little bit of vitamin D. And we're going to be all right, y'all. We will see y'all tomorrow morning. Hey, y'all. It's DJ Kitty.
And Miss Morningstar.
We are here from Our Plugs, the Community Connection, and we will be your new morning host on WKRA 92.7 The Change.
Yes, we will be broadcasting Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time.
We'll also be streaming on YouTube at Our Plugs LLC.
Be sure to tune in.
Hey, y'all.